New at 5, work on the Keokuk-Hamilton Bridge is in full swing, and IDOT officials encourage you to take extra precautions when driving in that area. WGEM's Dylan Smith got some sun on the bridge this morning. And Dylan, how long is work expected to last?
Well, that's right, Raja. There is not really any shade to speak of when you're sitting in the middle of the Mississippi. IDOT officials say the project will happen in 2 stages. Right now, traffic is down to 1 lane going both eastbound and westbound. Now, that's for resurfacing and repairs, which started early last week, so there's still much of the rest of 2024 for work to continue. Drivers should expect delays and plan extra travel time when you know you need to use the bridge. IDOT officials say work is expected to wrap in November.
Second stage will close the eastbound lanes and two-way traffic will be maintained in the westbound lanes using barrels. And this stage is scheduled to be completed by the end of November.
He says stage 1, which is happening right now, will last through midsummer. And coming up on WGEM News at 6, the Hamilton police chief is preaching safety after a car accident earlier this spring on the bridge, which involved an IDOT truck and a resident. Raja.
All right, thank you, Dylan. While this is all happening, a Flag Day celebration is set for tomorrow evening on the bridge. Also at 6, organizers answer whether or not the work will affect that event.